And I am streaming right now on Facebook, on Instagram, and I think on LinkedIn. So good morning to everybody. And if you've not met me before, my name is Helen Bullen. I'm a business mentor by trade. Previous to that, I've owned bricks and mortar businesses, online businesses. I still have online businesses. I run things how I want to run them. I live the life I want to live. And some of you may not know or may know my story that there's a new book coming out called Agnes B, Cancer and Me, because I'm a cancer survivor as well. Hence, I have slightly wild chemo hair, although today I think it's looking pretty calm. I have uncontrollable curls. Anyway, if you want to see more about that, go and check out my TikTok. I was trying to explain it yesterday. So what we're going to talk about today, well, I'm all about you taking action. And today is Woohoo Wednesday. If you're in my world, I used to go live 7:30 a.m. and I'm changing it up a little bit right now to coffee time. I quite like this. I've got my cup of coffee. I'm ready to chat to you. It also means I can go for my early morning run. So I'm here to tell you about Woohoo Wednesday. It got named probably 3 years ago, Woohoo Wednesday, because I don't believe Wednesday should be a hump day. So my first message to you is if you feel Wednesday is that day that you think, I just need to get to Friday. And then you get to Sunday and you're like, I don't want to go back to work. Make some changes in your life, in your business, make some changes and do things you want to do. It may not happen instantly, but there is no reason why you have to stay stuck where you are if you're not in a happy place right now. So I'm going to talk today mostly for the people that run their own businesses, but maybe you've got a business or maybe you're working for somebody else and you fancy running your own business. Hopefully this will help you. Hopefully be motivational and give you some ideas. So have you ever used the sit, wait, and hope method of marketing? That's where and the reason I know this is because this is how I started my marketing career. So, we're probably good 23, 24 years ago. I was self-employed and I'd started a new business and I'd got a new clinic. And I just thought that people would come and they would buy. Have you ever done that in your business? You think, yeah, I've set up the business. I've got a great logo. I've got a website. This is great. It's all going to suddenly happen. That's when I found out I was using the sit, wait, and hope method. So I would go in, I would maybe see one client, maybe at 9 o'clock. Then I'd sit for a bit, tap my fingers on the table, do a bit of filing, do something else, and wait and hope that somebody else would ring in before my other client at 2 o'clock and I would fill the day. And I thought gradually it would just happen. And I have to go, in my defense, when I started my first business, there was no social media. I know, can you believe it? If you've got social media now and you in any way berate it and say it's not good, the algorithm's like this and I hate going on it. Actually, it's free for business owners, fairly much. You can use it for free. For me, in those days, you couldn't even send a text. It was word of mouth or it was delivering leaflets. So it's a long time ago. Yes, I'm a dinosaur, but it does also mean I've got a lot of business experience and I've been running my own business for many, many years. I have not just set up and said, I'm going to be a business mentor. I'm coming from it from real experience. So I used to sit, wait and hope. And I think that happens to a lot of people. We're all energetic about setting up a business. We've got great ideas. It's going to be great. We've set our projection. We've set our goals and targets. And we just assume that clients are going to come in and maybe, or products are going to sell. Maybe people don't do that quite as much now because they know the benefits of social media. Even if they don't want to do it, they know there are things out there. So why do you need to stop the sit, wait and hope method? Because it doesn't work. And I soon found that out. I had bills to pay, rent to pay at the time. I wanted to buy a house, which I did eventually, but I couldn't afford to do that until I earned money. I had 2 kids to support. I never had a penny child maintenance. You may have heard my story before. There was a bit of a push for me to make some money. So I had to learn how to do marketing. So how can you get out of a rut if you are doing the sit, wait and hope? And quite often we know when we're doing that. We don't feel very comfortable about it. We just know we're not doing enough. So first of all, the simplest things to do is map out when you're going to do your marketing. Now, before I go any further, let me explain that I believe marketing is everything in your business. This is what I'm talking about, is more getting people to know who you are, getting the word out there to who you are and what you do. Because in truth, marketing is everything from how you look. And when I say how you look, not how you look, how your brand comes across. I'm not saying personally how you look. Although if I was in the beauty business and I did hairstyles right now, I may have paid more attention of doing that. But it's how you come across to the purchaser. So how you look, as in, is your website easy to navigate? Does it look in the brand color? So when somebody comes off maybe off of social media and they land on your website, do they feel like they're in the right place? Or do they go somewhere completely different and they're like, is this the right place? This isn't what I was looking for. So you have to make sure that you look great, that you are providing excellent customer care. And I don't believe in good customer care. You have to have excellent, nothing else. Once you've got that, then that has to be going generally. You do that, you do your best in business. You serve your clients, you overserve them. But marketing, that I'm talking about, getting more people to know who you are. And so many business owners that I speak to have great businesses, but they have great businesses that aren't doing what they want to do. And there are some that don't have such great businesses, and I would advise those too. But most people have a great business, but they don't tell people what they do, or they're not telling them enough, or they're just expecting people to magically find them. And there's a lot of noise out there, especially on social media. So if you're not upping your game on doing things, it doesn't happen. So first of all, map out your time in your week that you will do your marketing. It can be a small amount of time, or it could be that you like to bulk do it and you'll maybe spend an afternoon or a day a week doing it, or perhaps you do 10 minutes every day. However works for you. And we all work different ways. I quite like doing some stuff ad hoc. I also like things set in that I've done before, that I have regular times. I'm very rarely not live on a Wednesday. I like to have those things set in. I also like to know when I'm not doing my marketing and when I'm not running my business. That's just as important to me. So map out the time and then select where you're going to do your marketing, because there's so many things out there. So you could be on many platforms, and the tendency when you start out is to try and be on all platforms doing all things. And it's a bit like going to the gym in January and going 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I know you don't go that often, but you know what I mean. You go too often, you get sore, you don't like it, you actually give up way before you would have done if you'd just taken it at a nice steady pace. And I am talking about taking action. So I'm not talking about going, well, I'm taking a steady pace and I should just carry on my sit, wait and hope. That isn't what I mean. Somebody told me today, I point my finger, so I do apologize, but I just like to make a point. Lisa didn't do it like this to the camera. Anyway, I digress. There is nothing new there. I quite often digress. So select what you're going to do. What social media platforms are you going to be on? Maybe you'll choose not to be on. There's people selecting they don't want to be on social media. Great. How are you going to grow your email list? How are you going to be in person? Where are you going to connect with people? Connections right now are so important. I had somebody yesterday, they may even see this, and I'm going to reply to them later, may even see this. They landed in my inbox. Hi. Do you need help? And I won't say what the help was. Do you need help with your business, let's say? So I said, no, thank you. Okay, I've watched something and I think you're great. And how is your business going? So for me, I am hearing cold calling for that. They've not made a connection with me. They are just jumping in my inbox because they've seen something. That's fine. So I said, I'm fine, thank blah, blah. Well, can I do your video that I've done you personally for your business? Well, number one, it wasn't personally for my business when I got it. I still said no. I reeled off what I'd done and said, thank you very much. It turned out in the end that they then said, oh, here's my video and can you give me feedback? I haven't done it yet because I sort of do that paid, but it made me laugh. And what I wanted to say to that person, I will say it in a very kind way today, because they're trying their best. And that's the thing. We all try our best with marketing. But if you're just trying to sell to people and it's obviously sell to people and not make connections, I have a lot of hand. Who knew? I don't do sign language, so please don't think that's a proper sign language. It is my own. I wish I did sign language, but that's not it. Wave my arms around a lot. But people that try and sell before making a connection, and there's nothing wrong with selling. Sometimes you have to tell people what you do. But if you jump in somebody's inbox and say, hi, buy from me, or keep suggesting that you need to help them, make the connection first. Chat with me. Tell me that you've listened to my podcast and which bit you liked about it. You know, I'm connecting with lots of authors at the moment and I'm really enjoying it, but I'm not saying I've got a new book coming out and can you help me promote it? That's sort of what I'm saying, but actually I'm in there making connections, and I only make connections with people I like. So make connections in person or online and show up. Now, here's the thing. Show up consistently and persistently. So many people say, it doesn't work. I did social media, and 9.9 times out of 10, when I ask them, I say, well, when did you last post? Well, I did it about 3 weeks ago. And I say, well, give me your phone. Let's have a look. Okay, so you've done it 3 times, and the last time was 3 weeks ago, and it didn't work. Sometimes it's people have done more than that. And sometimes it is a case that people have posted the not wrong, because I don't think anything's wrong unless it's nasty, it's racist, it's not ethical, whatever, ageist, whatever it may be, sexist, then I think that is wrong. But content isn't necessarily wrong. Sometimes you're not hitting them up. And oh God, I can do those. I can do those with the best of people. I just don't let it worry me. So make sure you know where you're going to be posting and you show up consistently and persistently. And that means give it at least a 6-month window of trying. But don't do it like sometimes people do with exercise in the new year. I only know because I used to be a gym instructor many moons ago when I was training. I did that as a sideline to make some money. I have many skills to my bow. But, you know, and I've just now forgotten where I was going with this. But yeah, make sure you show up and you do it for a certain amount of time. That's long enough to look at your analytics, to see how it's working, to tweak it. Make sure it suits you. Make sure it's talking to your client. Another mistake people tend to make is when they do content is they do content for their peers. So they worry what other people are going to think about. So for instance, if I was worried, I'm not, I would worry what other business mentors are thinking about me talking right now. Now, I'm not worried. What I want to do is help business owners run their businesses. I don't need the business mentors to love me. I don't, because they're doing their own thing. What I do need to do is get people that run their own businesses to learn from me or take a nugget, especially on a Woohoo Wednesday, take something out of this live today that you can take and say, I've learned that, or I'm going to show up more. I always say, and it is, I've got courses on it, I've written books on it, you could achieve anything when you commit to it. And sometimes it is simple as this. It's just saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for 6 weeks. I'm going to do it for 12 weeks. Don't do it as, this is where I was going, like the gym owners, the gym goers do in January. The new people, when they go 5 or 7 days a week, they work out 3 hours a day. And then by February, they are fed up or injured or hate it. All right. Don't do that with your marketing. Slow and steady, but steady and continual, and be mindful of what you're putting out there. How are you going to help your audience? How are you going to get them to know who you are? How are you going to rock up and be you, be authentic? Don't try and be somebody else. Okay. Be you, be exactly as you would be if a client was coming into you for a service or if they're buying a product from you. How would you be and serve them? Now, if you're going to be mean and nasty, your business ain't never going to take off, whether you're got the best product or not, or the best, or it wouldn't be the best service, would it? Because you wouldn't be doing it. So make sure you show up as the nicest, kindest, ethical, not a pushover person you can be, knowledgeable, and share your knowledge with people. So that's it. It's the end of my teach. Now, if you want my free teach, I have a free teach, and I did it the other week. Probably did it about 4 weeks ago. Just thought I'm going to do a little teach. It's called Bulletproof Your Marketing. I think that's quite clever, as my name is Helen Bullen, and it doesn't take a lot to make me think I've been clever. But if you put Bulletproof in the comments, or tag me on any of the things that I'm on right now, LinkedIn, I'll come and put the link in. But if you're on Instagram, just go to the link in my bio. You'll be able to find it there. It says download your free here, and you can also join my Happy Builders list, which is I send tips and ideas out to you, so you're more than welcome to that. And on Facebook, it's under the blue Learn More button. But if you can't find it, direct message me, ask me, but just put Bulletproof in the comments and I will come back and I'll make sure you have the link personally. So have a great Wednesday. Thank you so much for listening to me. I am enjoying the sun streaming through the window. I hope you've got the same. I know I'm behind glass, but it actually feels quite warm today, although the secret is always do a live with a blanket, obviously an Aurora type print blanket. No, it's not real. Blanket on your lap. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. Don't do the sit, wait and hope. All right. It just doesn't work. And you just need to be effective in your action. It doesn't have to be large. Just keep doing action and working towards it. And it makes marketing much easier. So I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on catch up, please leave a comment. I always like to hear from people. And I'll come back and I'll have a little look later. Speak to you later. Right, my lovely Facebook. Let me just end that now. Thank you so much for listening. I hope I was looking at the camera, because right in front of me, I was looking at the Instagram stream. So thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on catch up, please let me know. And if you want to get that free download, you know where to find it. Right, speak to you soon. And of course, I'll be back next week, if not before.